right? So I'm not gonna be on here. It's like I told him. They were saying, "What Larry gonna do when he get out?" I said, "Go spend time with his family." I ain't gonna hear from Larry until it's time for him to give a public address.
I see.
In the meantime, wherever Larry be at, he gonna be wherever his family at.
No, OG, that's why I had to get you on here, man. One, because this is a library. This is a library. Sometimes it don't always be. We don't. I ain't had time to try to do the theatrics and all the other stuff. But just having you on there speaking about some real stuff that we can actually utilize in our life. You gave him about the copper. You gave it to him about the cast iron skillets. That could change your life. That can help you with fibroid tumors. That can help you with all these different things that's attacking our women. We ain't worried about everybody. We worry about our women. All the gender wars and shit that they out there promoting, like bro said, this is a lot of stuff that people are studying you and putting stuff out there in order to start gender wars, in order to start culture wars and everything else. So right now, the biggest thing we need to be doing is find your tribe, finding your and linking up and being like finding your purpose in this universe. Like start gardening. I don't care what it is. Throw some watermelon seeds outside. Throw some pumpkin seeds outside. Learn what you got going on. Sometimes you got to take time for yourself. Yeah, for real, OG, man. We appreciate you. They said sometimes you got to take time for yourself and your family. And like I say, that goes back to this whole 3D reality thing. You got people getting downloads from the ethers, still having to deal with this 3D reality. Still got to pay lights. Still got to do all these other things. That's why I really be trying to support all these esoteric entrepreneurs, the tarot readers, the readers, the healers, the I Say Network, all these different people, like even Karu. Shout out to him for putting out good information, sound information. I don't care what nobody's doing it for, as long as the information getting out there and it's waking our people up and it's unifying who's going to unify. Because at the end of the day, we all we got type shit. You know what I'm saying? I say thank you for that. What you say, OG? Oh, somebody said they tried to look. Oh, somebody tried to look for your Cash App. Say it one more time for him.
My Cash App is $, capital SIK, capital APE.
Vicky, can you put it in the comment section for me, please? Real quick for him. If you're still there, Vicky, can you put that in the comment section?
There's $, capital SIK, capital APE.
Capital A.
My PayPal was, I had to end up because Cash App was blocking me. So a lot of people was trying to get me to get PayPal before I end up having to open a PayPal account. So my PayPal account is at SikApe01. It's Rod Hayes at SikApe01. That's my PayPal.
Appreciation for the love. If there is there a science behind wearing feathers? Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Every time everything is science, especially when you're at a research stone with every stone, every feather, every herb, all that. You know what I'm saying? So mine, I'm not gonna put it out there for what it is. OG no, but mine's respect that I'm talking to a big chief, Rod Hayes. This Chief Pontiac. I'm Chief Sky Serpent. So like I said, it ain't always for the entertainment. We can't put on the different masks. We can only be ourselves, and if this is the place to be ourselves, is to connect to like-minded individuals. So each feather represents something. Each cut represents something. These are I can't really say too much on this on platforms. You know how they go. Not against what your question, but more so against whatever they got to say about certain feathers or whatnot. But yes, most definitely. Chief Sky Serpent, look it up. Red Tails, Florida. Yeah, Chief, man. Anybody else? Or did you want to speak on that, Chief? Specific about wearing feathers in your hair?
You know, the feathers is the representation of your auric field. When you see the picture of Jesus Christ with the halo around his head, over here we don't have a halo. We have the war bonnet, right? It's the same symbolism. Yeah, it's the same symbolism.
Your other phone is you cut the other phone off?
Yeah.
Now what you were saying?
So the war bonnet around the head is the same as the aura or the halo around the head. When you have what's called the dragon tail feathers, that's when the feathers run all the way down your back, down to the ground. That's your auric field. Yeah. That's a nice piece right there, Stone.
Which one? This one?
That big dragon.
Oh, this is all right. So this is 200 years old. This is over 250 years old. That's from China. But the cool thing about this one, this is from Florida. That's the Kissimmee. That's when the Seminoles with the Temucua had that song, that country song called the Kissimmee River Serpent or the Kissimmee River. I gotta remember that it was an old song they used to sing. It was a Cherokee song, and they were talking about the dragon of the Kissimmee River. That's the history, how long we've been doing. And if you look at this, they say Seminoles, but I know they just saying that it could have been any tribe of people. But the tribe that was down there, I want to say the Yamasee, whatever, they had afros. So they carved this there. And that one is a piece of American history, that dragon. You see what I'm saying? The whole Florida. Okay. So each one.
The afro means the same thing as the war binding. It's the halo.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then also we all fall under the all of us, no matter what. If we're gonna be serious, 11-11, I say, if we're gonna be serious about this, all of us fall up under the matriarch. We say, so we fall up under the matriarch. We all fall under the feather of Mayat, and the feather Mayat, or even when Anubis say he's gonna judge your heart to see if your heart is heavier than the feather,
lighter than the feather. Yeah.
Feather. So all those different things. If you rocking the feathers, you're trying to live by that feather. I'm trying to live by Mayat, and of course, ain't nobody living by Mayat. But if you look at those 42 laws of Mayat and try to live to those codes, you see what I'm saying? I'm a master student. Every day we try, you know what I'm saying? So for me, like I said, I can't speak too much of what kind of feathers these are, but yeah, everything has a purpose. And it's not even just American. Like they be trying to divide everybody, but in every culture, the feathers there. In every culture, we have the turquoise. In every culture, we rocking these stones, these meteorites, these tektites. King Tut had this Libyan desert glass on his chest plate with lapis lazuli all around it. Magnets. This is how they're moving these big statues, and we're acting like they move this with manual labor. No, they're using magnetic stones, black basalt, all these different things. So I'm just one of the master students that I want to start the conversation because somebody else might put in the comments, no, man, you got to realize this stone right here, if you add to this stone, it produces energy. It produces or it conducts energy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's all we do. We keep learning from each one to each one. I appreciate your time. That's why I had to catch a couple with you, OG, because I know when you set it down, you're gonna be down for them, man. But man, we appreciate you, man. Keep pushing up for the matriarch, because once they wake up, it's game over. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. But like that's a whole conversation for another time. They say thanks for the info on the feather. Anything else, Chief?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find this. I'm gonna be doing a master tarot class with got the GDD tarot.
Say it one more time, Chief.
So I said I'm gonna be doing a master tarot class, right? The gonna be got the drop GDD tarot on YouTube. So me and her trying to get it all ironed out when we gonna do it, but that might be the last one I do for a while. I don't know yet.
I gotta catch you one more. I gotta catch you 1 or 2 more, man. Because like I said, we be packed with information, and we were breaking up a lot today. But I gotta catch you 1 or 2 more and put it in the archive.
Oh yeah, that's that energy though, that frequency. Once you start, yeah, then me and you together, that's just too much energy. You showed us a dragon from China, and then you showed us a dragon from Florida. Right? They're almost similar in design. That's the Nagas. Those were the old Atlantean gods. Right? The return of the ancient ones. Yep. Yep. Dragon mean master. Right. And it's making reference to spitting fire, or as they say in modern times, spitting game.
Look, yeah, 5% type shit.
Yeah. So like Farrakhan can give you a 9-hour speech and you won't even be tired. He be sitting up there just talking, right? But that's called a dragon. In Egypt, it was called the master of the Husia, authoritative utterance with exceptional insight. There's not a whole lot of speakers that you can listen to longer than a couple of hours. That's
A talent within itself.
he can hold your he can hold your attention for 4 or 5 hours. That's a dragon. He's spitting flames.
Bobby Hemming energy. Bobby Hemming
Yeah.
energy. Yeah. No, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, OG. When I first got into it, like that, the thing about me, and I'll make this quick. When I was young, I was always into like glass snakes. I'm a country boy from Florida. You know what I'm saying? We see the glass snakes running up the road, turtles, all this, not knowing what we into. Whole time, these are totem spirit guides, spirit animals. So the serpent, even the turtle, all these things, like you said, go back to our reptilian mind, but it also goes into when they become their master self, or like this ain't even my final form. When they get to their master self, they become the dragon. The snake becomes the dragon. The crocodile becomes Sobek. Sobek is one of the dragon gods. But I've seen, like, when they say it represents master, it also represents dragon too. Because like I've seen dragons before in real time. I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen dragons in real time. They say they manifest respect to the Monte, respect to the Monte, respect to the Monte. They manifest themselves, and it's like when they say you got to chase the dragon now, it's like you might see it one time, you might not never see it again.
Well, look, the word. What do the word dragon literally mean, though?
Teach me.
I mean, terrible lizard. Right? So if it means terrible lizard, an alligator is a dragon, a Komodo dragon is a dragon, a monitor lizard is a dragon, right? They even got lizards in South America that literally spit fire. That it is not, it's liquid fire, but it's still fire. It's gonna burn your ass up when he spit on you. It ain't gonna burn your whole body, but wherever it land at, you getting burned there. You gonna have some nice little burns.
Man, look, that whole energy. People going back to when we first started, because I know we didn't tap all the way into it about the DNA. Because like I said, I'm still learning myself. But when you talk about the DNA bloodlines and the RH negative and the other ones, the RH positive, I guess you want to call them, and you're talking about the bloodlines of Hanuman, the other bloodline would be that dragon bloodline, that Naga bloodline. And back in the day, or the Nomo, or the Nomo bloodline. And back in the day, now we look at it like, oh my God, reptilians. But the whole time, that's one of them things that they did, that they've always done to us. They made us say it ourselves, type stuff. You are the dragon. I'm the dragon. Just like Oya is a dragon. Shango is a dragon. Dambala is a dragon. Rainbow Serpent is a dragon. All these different places. You know what I'm saying? So to get to the top of it. But yeah, man, appreciate it, OG, man. Yo, anything else you want to plug anybody before you go? Again, big shout out to the Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, he knows something. The bluebird, this is right too. Quetzalcoatl. I'm the avatar. I'm the avatar Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, most definitely. Quetzalcoatl, or OG is the avatar of Thoth, which is still Quetzalcoatl. Thank you for sharing the evaluation. Yeah. Okay. No, man, appreciate it, man. Next time we'll be a little bit more organized. And what you say, Chief?
I said, yeah, Quetzalcoatl, right? What's the other one? Teotihuacan. All of that's the same person, different time frames.
Very cool. That's why I wanted to I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I wanted to have a conversation with Bull. What's his name? Say his name again. Camirio. Because he's giving some. He's down there. I think his name's Camirio. I might be saying his name wrong. No disrespect. But the one we were talking about earlier, doing the live with, I know if I get y'all on there, that's going crazy. That's gonna go crazy. And he's giving like all of it is pieces to a puzzle. So he was telling me, because somebody had told me this was Talak. It was a gift to me from Mexico, and they gave me this Quetzalcoatl. Actually, They gave me these. So both of them represent that deity. But he was like, yo, that's the key to the Stargate. And he was breaking it down. And that's why I was like, yo, sometimes we all got pieces to this puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So, 1 second. Check this out. They gave me this when we went down there in Mexico, right? Boom. And you all know I had to put my extra little stones on there and whatnot. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a nice piece too.
That's all jade, turquoise, moldavite, peridot. And yeah, that's pure jade. And they gave me this. I know you can't really see that, but that's the one I'm always wearing. And dude was breaking it down like, yo, that's a key to a Stargate. So I'm listening to him, and that's why I don't even have to be on the race thing because that's the dumbest argument, the race part. When you get into the stone aspect of it and technology, he was literally showing me a Stargate that they were big stone. I think they were made out of basalt or maybe granite, and that's a whole nother subject within itself of understanding the power of granite and basalt or black basalt. But they made a Stargate of this deity called Viracocha. I believe I'm saying the name right, which still translates into Quetzalcoatl. And he keeps coming back. So he's an avatar. Quetzalcoatl is just like the Queen Khalifa reign. The Quetzalcoatl is just a title. Just like you say, the bookman is the title of the person who's going to be the avatar of that spirit at that moment. So you're the avatar of Thoth.
Everything's gonna be all right. I'm coming back.
I said.
Them thugs and G's are happy that I'm coming back. Straight to heaven.
Appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all for sticking with us through all the technical difficulties and everything else. I know that was a hard one. The next one's gonna be better. Man, appreciate everybody that supported Rod. If you fuck with this one, give us a like. Follow us. Look at some of our old videos. Cause me and Rod got a whole little collection. So just pull up Reach Stone and Rod. If you want to support Reach Stone, you can check my Instagram out or just hit me up, inbox me. And we do all sorts of custom esoteric jewelry or just fly stuff in general. You know what I'm saying? We carve stones. You can get your investment game up with us. We sell everything, platinum, gold, silver. We make investments in storage units, all sorts of stuff. So tap in with us, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, OG man, peace to the guys.
Peace to the gods.
Yes, sir. Bliss.
Fun. That's what I got.
Yeah, you know what's red and what's blue?
Yes, sir.
You know what happens when you combine the two?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I do. 21 gun salute, dressed in fatigues, black jeans, and boots.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to the tribe that's been making their ways, to finding us on these other platforms as we kind of take our little vacation that we'll be back on pretty soon. The tribe, real quick too. I'm gonna go ahead and share the cash apps real quick, for y'all to show some love to Big Chief for doing what he do and being where he be out here in these Ashe streets. But also, like I said, I want to shout out all the people who've been showing love and sharing the information as we kind of maneuver through some of these potholes in the road right now. But I'm ready to let it go and let it do what it do and be what it be. And so that's what I got. Big Chief, you ready to get this thing cracking?
Stay ready, though. Get ready.
Yes, sir. So we got a lot going on, man. With the cosmos. I think we just had the 777. I think what was a Stargate or portal or something like that, and all these alignments with different planets and all that. But then we got all these storms and these floods. And I had a call earlier. And I was talking about the different times that this planet has been through what we call, I guess, the Great Flood, the Noah story, and a bunch of other ones, and then, as well as in E5, they got some dope art that I got to share on the channel in the Oni's Palace in Ile Ife. They have a beautiful mural where they kind of break down some of the previous floods that trace back to the times of Oduduwa. And I saw that. I was like, yo, that's dope, because this is a real reputable image that I'm seeing that, is in the Palace of the Oni. So I know that predates what we have seen in the King James book. So it's like, this is something that we know has happened on the planet, but there's a lot of distorted narratives on like what's happened. And then also I had a meeting yesterday. Shout out to the brothers I was with yesterday. And one of the brothers had a presentation that was dope. And he broke down how the Sphinx is like at least 800,000 years old, right? So, and we based that off. Well, his presentation, we based it off of the ley lines of the different heights of the altitude of the water that kind of, I guess, impacted the Sphinx. So with that, I know with your mind, man, I know you got a whole lot that, you're going to take us around the corner and through another star system and all that good stuff. But when it comes to these things like floods, the great floods and all this, like where does that tie into everything that's transpiring right now with so much transpiring right now?
We live in cycles,
Not sure.
right? If it happened before, it's going to happen again. And if you don't learn from it, you keep repeating it. But the only thing that a lot of people don't get is the last world flood wasn't a flood, it was an ice age.
Hmm.
The sediment that they seeing is from the melting of the ice age.
Hmm.
It's in the permafrost, right?
Hmm.
The ice age have not completely receded. It's not completely gone. We're going from the lunar cycle to the sun cycle, but it's a man-made, artificial, created cycle that's the side effect or aftermath of a nuclear holocaust during one of the Anunnaki wars.
Hmm.
So when the nuclear winter froze everything, that's how they killed the dinosaurs. That was one nuclear winter. That was one of the first wars that killed the dinosaurs that they told us was a meteor shower. It wasn't a meteor shower. It was a shower of missiles. And these missiles was radioactive, nuclear grade missiles. And so this is what killed the dinosaurs off. But the ones that stayed closest to the equator, alligators, crocodiles, monitor lizards, Komodo dragons, giant snapping turtles, giant garfish, was able to live under the water because of something called hot spring sprouts that spring up under the water. So that kept them alive. And a lot of the reptiles, because the temperature around them was so cold, they just was in a hibernated state. Some of them was even froze. Right? And a lot of the amphibians, you freeze them in the winter, in summertime they thaw out. Frogs, yeah. But anyway, this is why you still have remnants. Everything that ever was here, there's a remnant of it that's in existence.
Yeah.
The cat of today is not the descendant of the saber-toothed tiger. The saber-toothed tiger was his own species. But the felines that the modern day cat came from, right, they ain't even from here. The modern cats is because one of the nuclear holocausts wiped out all of the ancient animals around the planet. So they had to repopulate them with animals from other places. The Lyras obliged us with the different species of cat that's been here for the longest. They brought them from home.
Now, listen, I know what the Lyrans are, but I'm going to bring it up because I'm sure there's going to be people who may not. So the Lyrans, if I'm not mistaken, right, these are the beings that we see that have the head of a feline, but the body of a humanoid. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you're looking in the hieroglyphics, you'll see Sekhmet, you'll see Bast, and there's a few other ones. I don't remember all of the names, and I was going back over some of my stuff, and I had a whole bunch of critical errors. Ancestors correct me on the last one I did with you because I was saying Olo de Madre when it was another whole Orisha. I was calling the wrong name, but the information was right.
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 And I knew what
and
you were talking about.
They weren't mad either. They was like, hey, you know you did that wrong. And I'm looking around, I'm like, who the fuck said that?
Listen.
I think it was actually, I was making reference to the story of Eshu, but I was calling him Olo Damare. And the next day I got up, I had a heavy ass Ogun knock. Boom! I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I go outside, I'm looking around, and then I see these signs, right? And I start reading the signs and what the signs are saying. And the signs were saying, okay, now you made an error, but you need to correct it. So remember, I immediately messaged you.
Yeah, I
Right?
remember.
And they told me, look, so on my news feed, it popped up. All of the Mare and Eshu, both of their videos popped up. And
Wow.
that's not even in my algorithm.
Yeah, it's in there now.
So they
Yeah,
were
that's
telling me, then I was like, I wonder if the information I think I'm getting right. And then I picked my phone up, I opened up YouTube, and it's like, who is Olo Demadre? And scroll down a little bit, it was like, who is that shoe? And I was like, oh man, they about to whoop my ass. They're like, no, we ain't gonna get you. The information was right, you just got the names mixed up. Well, I've been horrible with names since birth.
Listen, that's why I didn't trip, because I knew what you were talking about. And honestly, I was thinking you meant Arumula, but then when we
They
talked
said
about
you knew what I was talking about.
I knew.
They told me you knew exactly what I was talking about, but you just didn't correct the story. Next time, correct that shit, man. Don't let that shit go.
Well, I didn't.
No, don't worry about it. Just be past it now.
And I hate interrupting sometimes, but then I be getting them download like what you talking about now. That's when I have to interrupt, because the download is so strong and so clear. I feel like if I don't, we both know what happened, and I don't want that. So I'd rather just go ahead and respectfully interrupt so I can get it into them. But that one, because I felt like I knew what you were saying, I wholeheartedly feel like a vast majority of the tribe.
I heard my mama say, "Baby, you the only one can get away with this shit."
Listen,
I'm like, what the fuck did I do? That's how I woke up. Like, well, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I'm the only one to get away with what?
Bro, that's a real thing, man. Look, I had a private community call like a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about ancestral shrines. And matter of fact, shout out to Wunam, because she was on that one with me too. And when we were talking about it, we were laying out different, ways and how to create, a consecrated shrine properly. And one of the things that I made sure that I shared with the tribe that was in there, like, yo, make sure if you put a picture up on your ancestral shrine, don't put a picture with you or anyone else who's living in that picture, because that can be a problem that can get really, really, you know what I'm saying? It can go bad real quick. But excuse me, that's the part where when you said that, it really is a real thing. But I know you wasn't facing none of that, because I know they know you knew what you were
They just told me to correct it. They told me to message you so we can correct it on the next time we go live, and here we is correcting it.
Nah, Shay. Yes, sir.
I thought I was gonna slip by for a minute. The ancestor was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna let this slide. We already gave you the pass, sucker. You got it. You got the pass. You probably was high as a satellite when you said it. We gave you a pass, but you ain't gonna forget. We ain't gonna let you forget."
I know that's right. It was funny, as you said, Ogun, I think, was the first one that started with the big knot. Today's Ogun Day today, too. So you better say Baba Ogunye, because, today is his day when it comes to the calendar. Yes, sir. So, look, and that means that the technology, we got to make sure
No, that ain't even the kicker. Remember when you asked me if I was going to do something tonight, and then what did I text back? It was a set of numbers. You remember?
Oh, man, let me look, because I don't want to miss. Let me see. I see. Yeah. Oh shit! How did I miss that? Bro, I ain't even.
A few minutes ago, you was quoting Pac.
Yeah.
All right, now I did some business, and I had 9/11 left. Right before it was about 8:00. Maybe 8:30. As soon as I seen that, I said, "Damn, I got 9/11 left." I was like, I just texted that to So what the hell?
What the hell, Yante? Yes, sir.
So there's two songs come to mind. One about the name, the Houdini song, when a man say, "MCs come, but when we rumble, something shy just because I'm humble." So all you MCs hope you're real good listeners, because in this battle, I'm taking no prisoners. Slaying MCs right on the spot, because I'm the master of the rap, the doctor of the rock. Oh, man, I forgot how it go. But he say what you want, to spell my name right. Cause all the man forgets you was rocking the house, but that's not what the rumor was all about.
Yes, sir.
And then that Tupac, when you brought up Tupac, I was just sitting there and I was hearing the song in my head. 911, it's an emergency. Cowards tried to murder me from the hoods to the burbs. Every one of you suckers heard me. I'm legendary, niggas scared you paralyzed. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, Pop turning up, man.
Look, Biggie been knocking for 3 days.
Oh, listen, I don't got no problem going there either. Armed and dangerous. Can't too many can bang with us. Look, I don't got no problem going Notorious Thug either, man. Cause look, it's a big Biggie house too. Big Biggie house. But yeah, you know what?
No pledging dungarees, and that's just the half of a warpath. Laugh now, God later, and greater than your average player hater.
Yes, sir. Frank White. Listen, look, and okay. So now I remember you were saying something about like the water and all that, and I know it is some stuff that we've been pontificating. We've been talking about it, throwing around that's going on in like that time and September around that time and Earth, Wind and Fire. Do you remember? You know, September and all that. But when it comes to like with all that, when you were going in with the floods and all that stuff, I was thinking too. And you said that we're still in the old ice age. Does that how does the ice walls and all that stuff like over there in Antarctica, does any of that kind of tie into what we're seeing with maybe some of the
It's not a
floods?
wall, it's a shelf. It's a difference.
Okay.
You can circumnavigate Antarctica, but people think that Antarctica wraps around the world. And that the North Pole is in the center because the Earth is flat. But you can circumnavigate Antarctica. Antarctica is written about in the book of Enoch, and it's called Tartarus.
Yep.
The topography under the ice is Tartarus.
Mm-hmm.
You remember in the Holy Tablets when Baba talk about the great ship Nibiru came through the atmosphere, and one of the planets behind it knocked the Earth out of this position, created the iron bracelet, and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I might even
well, what happened is when this went down, the south is up, north is down. That's the first thing they tell us to disorient us from this reality. When the collision took place, it pushed the North Pole through the atmosphere into outer space into absolute zero. And the water that was splashing at the time created the ice shelves by freezing instantly. And the flash freeze is why all of the animals and the people that's under the ice can be thawed out, because they were suddenly frozen in a fraction of a second.
That's crazy. Now, does that go back to like what we were talking about on, I can't remember which episode, we did quite a few now, but I think we was talking on one of them, we were talking about Big Tuki and like cryogenics and all that stuff. Is that excuse me, is that like a similar I would say process or, you know, unfolding of events?
Yeah, so the people that was under the ice, they say they brought them from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They say everybody got to be brought from Africa. I'm just so sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't from Africa. The Bashinga tribe did not come from Africa. They was the people froze under the ice. When the World War II scientists landed in Antarctica under the Nazi regime first, then came America and the Russians on the heels of the Nazis right after the conclusion of the war. Well, the people that they discovered frozen in the ice, they didn't know how to thaw them out. So they told them telepathically how to thaw them out from the ice. And they told them that if they didn't believe them, to study the frozen amphibians of the north. They talk about frogs and stuff that freeze in the cold climates like in Michigan. Right? The frog freeze like a block of ice. But then when it thaw out, it have chemicals in it that'll keep the cells protected while it thaw out from the deep freeze. And this is how they learned how to operate cryostasis and the recovery from being in a state of frozen. You did. Bringing you back to life. It's part of the resurrection. They was discovering this They was being financed by a group of billionaires, secret society members called the Lazarus Group, who was searching for the ancient resurrection chambers that regenerate the body. Today we call them med beds and healing pods. Back then they called them sarcophagi. But all of that ties back to the people that was froze under the ice in Antarctica. And they still there. All you got to do is go to TikTok and say Antarctica Bashinga tribe, and you can see them. And they're going to be telling you this fantastic tale of how he brought these half-naked people that's in Antarctica from Africa. That don't even make no sense. Africa couldn't survive half-naked in Antarctica. Shit, they can't. The heat too much for them in Africa.
Right.
Half of them can't stand the Michigan cold. How they going to stand the deep freezing cold of the Antarctic?
Right.
It don't make no sense, man. They just tell you stuff because they figured that we believe everybody with brown skin and woolly hair is from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. We just populated the brown skin, woolly hair people populated the entire planet long before there was any other skin colors.
That's facts. Science. Like, we've been all over this joint. I got a couple of I'm trying to see if I got the right one, but I'm gonna pull a couple on the screen and see if these are the ones that we're talking about. Excuse me, in regards to Doc's work. So let me see. I gotta pull a few more up on the screen.
All right, Sophia, the only one that could match wits with Tahuti.
That's deep. And listen, speaking of Tahuti, shout out to
Huh?
we should start.
Yeah. No.
No, I was saying, speaking of Tahuti, and shout out to
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and shout out to him, but then also the people that was on the live that I was on with him. Like, matter of fact, right when I jumped on this with you, I was wrapping up with him. But speaking of Tahuti, right, he sent me a nice little care package, man, and it got Tahuti on that thing, and so we got to talking about it. I told her, like, bro, this thing is tough. I got a rocket today. He like, bro, you know, there's only 2 of them in the world, right? I like, get out of here. He's like, yeah, man, that's a rare piece. He said, guess who the other person is that got that one? I said, who got it? He said, Big Chief. I said, man, get the hell out of here, man. I said, man, get the hell out of here. Don't tell me that, man. He said, yeah, that's the only other person that got one. I said, boy, look, we about to get it in, boy, because look, I've been on that Tahuti energy too, man. Like, for real, for real. Yes, sir. That green light, brother. Yeah. Yeah, this is, yeah. So okay, now let's talk about Tahuti, right? Because Tahuti, Thoth, Hermes Trismegistus, he got a lot of different names that he go by, but he's a very powerful, very, very powerful deity, man. So when it comes to, Tahuti, and even like I was telling, I forgot which call, I think it was the one with Baba Kepler Patai, we were talking about the comparisons between the deities of Kemet and the deities of Ifa. And for me, I personally see Orunmila as being like the comparison to Tahuti, being the scribe, right? So when it comes to this thing called scribes, and there's a lot of people who share a lot of powerful information in regards to Tahuti. Shout out to Forbidden Knowledge, Billy Carson. He's like one of the main ones that I know been heavy with the Thoth, Tahuti. Matter of fact, I think he got a book about Thoth too. But anyway,
Gerald Clark.
No, I don't know if I know that brother. Is it brother?
Everybody that think that Billy Carson just be talking and they need a pale face, go listen to Gerald Clark. He gonna tell you the same exact stuff that Billy Carson telling you.
Wow.
I don't even know. I don't think they know each other because I never heard of them being on the show together. But he got a book out called Mercury's Seventh Sun Rising, and he got his translation of the Emerald Tablets.
I'm about to check them out because I believe I got Forbidden Knowledge. I don't think I finished it though. I don't think I read it yet, but I got it if I'm not mistaken. That's dope.
Yeah, that's Billy Carson book. I'm talking about Gerald Clark.
Got you. No, his is called Mercury what?
Seventh Sun Rising.
I'm about to look that up. Mercury, Seventh Sun Rising.
Look, all that tie back to Seventh Sun Rising, tie back to the 7 kings of Israel, right? It turned back to the 7 kings, all this stuff, the 7 heads, Revelations with the 10 horns. All of it is just talking about the number 7.
7 trumpets.
And the number 7 is the letter G. And G is the 7th letter made. Right. So when you're talking about 7 in the center of the 6, you're talking about G in the middle of the 6. You're talking about the grand architect, the geometrist in the middle of the Metatron cube, constructing reality with the power of the spirit and the man. All is mental, all is man, saith Tahuti.
I got that Metatron right there behind us, man. Right there behind me. It's been back there the whole time. I just don't light it
Hey,
up too
look,
often.
people be coming around me with tattoos of Metatron on. This is the real talk. They get close enough to me, they be like, "What is my tattoo doing?" I say, "Metatron trying to give me a message through you." If you
Right.
stop chattering so much and listen to what's the internal dialogue, you hear what he's saying. And then when they hear it, they get scared. What the fuck are you scared for? How you gonna walk around with a Metatron tattoo and Metatron talk to you? You scared of him?
Right. Right. That part.
Then they
Yep.
start thinking about it for a minute. And say, "You know what? Yeah, you're right. Why would I wear his tattoo and be scared of him?"
Look, that's
I
like
mean,
people
like,
that.
I don't know. People walk around with, look, the little guy, red dude with the pitchforks and the long tail and the
Right.
trident.
Right. Right.
Man,
Right.
that's not even a character of the devil. That's Ben Samadi,
Mm.
keeper of the crossroads.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Look, and
That's
that's and
Louisiana, man. Listen, that's Louisiana Indian stuff.
listen. What you just said remind me of people who be talking about their ancestors, but I don't know that they really tapped in with their ancestors, and they mess around and have a visitation to have an experience with their ancestors, and things
And be
change.
scared to death.
Look, I'm one of them. I ain't gonna sit here in front, but I remember when I first started. I remember I built my first shrine. I'll never forget it, and I remember I put it together, and I had just started my journey. Matter of fact, I don't know where that book is at. It ain't right by here, but there was a book I had by Chief Louisa Tish called Jambalaya. That was like my very
Oh,
first.
that's my big mama.
Get out of here,
Man, I've been watching and
man,
studying. Look, I've been studying her for years. She ain't never
bruh.
met me.
Bruh, me. That's where I got my start. Like literally, it was her. Like the first interaction I ever had with African spirituality from an actual priest or priestess was her. And I remember I had just came across her book somehow, and I can't remember how that happened. But I remember when I bought it, there was these two sisters that were on I don't know if it was Facebook, but they were on social media, and I remember they was connected to her, and they did a mentorship program, and they brought her in. So that's one thing I've been like trying to get closer to the elders and the masters for a long time, man. As soon as I saw, I jumped on that program and put
Look,
her on call. Like,
my AT big mama is Brianna Biello. We talk on the phone.
listen, now I haven't been blessed to meet her. I met her, I interviewed her, I pictures
She
with her.
look,
I love
she's sweet as pie, but she is intense. When she talking about the history and she hit that zone, she is intense with it. She know what she telling you.
listen.
She
That's what,
unraveled the whole mystery right in front of my face, and didn't nobody catch it but me.
bruh. I gotta reach out to her because she got a new book out. I saw another brother that I'm connected to online that shared it. But and matter of fact, I can't say her, but this is one of her books called "The She Rose of the Haitian Revolution." I actually bought this from her when she came to Tampa. I interviewed her too, as a matter of fact, man. It was a dope interview. I'm trying to get her back, get her on this channel. I haven't been able to lock her down yet, but I'm gonna holler at her, man.
She
Cause I
busy,
feel
boy. She, she too long ago. She had to go to Haiti because there was an ancestral call. She had to get back down there, and she called me as soon as she got back from Haiti. And she said, "Yeah, I just came back from Haiti.
mm,
Everything is in motion." I was like, "Yeah." And then I
man,
had to call. Hey, look, I had to call Alicia Stone and Sharice and like, "Mama Bay on the other state, it's going down. And we getting it back in order, back in Haiti." I was like, "Yeah."
I gotta holler at her, bro, because her new book, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's called The Seven Loas. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna have to go on her Instagram and see. But she just dropped a new one, man. And the last time I spoke to her, she was having a big event down in I think it was in Miami, where she had wrote a play or something like that, and it was putting a play on down there in Miami. I was trying to get her to try to get her on the pod to promote it, but the schedules just didn't match up because she just had so much going on. So, and I haven't really been able to get in touch with her since. But I'm gonna definitely reach out to her and see can I get her back in here, man, for real. You talking about a big three? Hell, let me see if I can get her in here and mess around, do one with all us three.
Man, hey, look. You see Take when old boy brought his mama to the press conference and he was like, "What, you can't say nothing now?" And he was like, "Yeah, your mom's here, man." That's how I need it.
Yeah.
Your mom's here, man. And he was like, "So now you can't say nothing." He was like, "Nah."
Listen, look,
I can't trash talk you in front of your mama.
He'll be up like this, boy. You coming that thing, go. That thing switched it. Look, it go to the other direction if you're smart, boy. That's real. And shout out to I think it was High Priestess 1. The book that I was talking about is called Jambalaya, and it's by Chief Louisa Tish. And I'm gonna put her name in here, and I hope I spelled this right. I don't want no smoke. Chief Louisa Tish. But yeah, it's called Jambalaya by Chief Louisa Tish. I believe it's on. You can definitely find it on Amazon for sure. But yeah, that was where I first got my first exposure to Ifa and Orisha from from an actual priestess. She's a priestess of Oshun, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, that's where I got tapped in, and from there, I think it was Baba Karaday's The Handbook of Ifa. Shout out to Baba Karaday, and then from there, the rest just kind of opened up the floodgates, man. About the ice wall. The ice wall is not an ice wall; it's an ice shelf. And then I think you was dropping something, and I don't know what something came to my mind.
Man, we had got all off into Louisa Taish and Bayana Bello and
the mothers. And nobody watching this shit.
I didn't want to hear. Look, after I got out of the joint, man, I didn't want to hear nothing no man had to say. I didn't want to listen to no song sung by no man. I didn't want to listen to no lectures by no man. So I'm telling you.